Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this second playoff of the ozfortress Season 27 Premiership playoffs. This should be the upper paid playoffs, and we're going to be having Happy Feet versus Butterfly Effect. I am Peter. We have Core in production, as always. He's Old Faithful. And then we have the Danish takeover of Australian TF2. We've got Wandon with me. How are you doing, Wandon?
Hello. I'm good. It's 11 a.m. Got up, woke up to a message on Discord. I'm not doing anything right now because I'm stuck at home. Who wants to cast Australian TF2? I am here to cast Australian TF2.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of every Dane's life right now, I think. Woke up at 11 a.m. Nothing to do. Let's hope the Australians are doing something interesting with their lives that we can mooch on and butt in on. But yeah, we've got a very interesting season in ozfortress this Prem. It seems like we have 4 teams in play that could all legitimately win. Well, one of them can't, and they got completely destroyed this Monday or Sunday. I can't quite remember, but I casted that with Rocky, and it was very much a rollover. And this, I think, is going to go very differently. I think these two teams are going to be very closely matched, and I don't know who's going to win, so it's going to be very interesting to see. But do you recognize any of the names at all, Wandon?
I recognize a lot of the names on Happy Feet, it seems. Elmo, Aishu, Yule, and Redcoat Zygo all have really nice frag videos, so I know those. I recognize that they're all a part of the coveted Australian TF2 frag video mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty good. There's a guy called Krolic as well. Is he the same guy as Rocky? Because I'm really confused about that.
He is.
Okay, he's really good as well. I like this frag video a lot. This is yeah. I don't think I should probably just say this. I haven't seen an Australian TF2 game in like probably 4 years, so hopefully this is good.
Yeah. I also don't know who's like number 1 and who's number 4 or whatever, or I don't know how these players even work. So we are definitely not properly qualified to do this, but we're gonna do our best. So just bear with us, guys. We'll try. But let's start by going through the rosters right now. So I'm just gonna take it away first. So on Butterfly Effect, and okay, I'm gonna have to be careful that I don't mix up the two teams right now. So on Butterfly Effect, we have Raze and Krolic, aka Rocky, on Scouts. We've got Fane on Roamer. We got Spade on Pocket. Spade is like a real frag hero as well. Watch out for him. He always hits like crazy shots all the time. And then we got Moop on Demo Man. I kind of know him as the guy who keeps hitting weird random pipes to the point where it can't really be random, but we'll see. And then we have Arnold on Medic, who has a normal, like, boring boy's name, so he must be a good medic, because that's kind of how it works in Australia. The more boring your name is as medic, the better you are.
This is correct. So I think it like works across all divisions, or all leagues even. Like, I'm pretty sure who are the best European medics? It's like Raymond. That's not exciting.
That's
Shade. It's not an exciting name either. It's like a 14-year-old's name. He's the best.
I mean, that's at least a gamer name, you know? Like Shade. That could be kind of edgy.
Maybe that's why he's so powerful.
Yeah, maybe. He's just riding all the gamer energy. Do you want to take our Happy Feet roster down?
Yeah, sure. So on Happy Feet, according to their to the ozfortress page, which I'm assuming is correct, got Aishu and Elmo on Scouts, Down on Roma, Yule on Pocket, Redcoat Zygote, or just Redcoat on Demo, and Lau on Medic. Another one of the really interesting names. So far I'm getting that Australians are really not very creative when it comes to their names, especially when you compare it to my name, which is really good. So, yeah, I don't know.
We both have perfect names.
We really do.
Yeah, no argument there. But I'm very much looking forward to this. We have Aishu in here, who has like the super high Singaporean ping, but he's kind of a monster. And then we got Elmo, or I think is it Kermit? I can't remember. It was like 9-year-old frog. He often is a girl frog. All right, okay, my bad. I didn't mean to discriminate there. And he's also really good. And then of course, like how are we going to see Rocky perform on Scout? It usually goes the other way around. I feel like when you have a Scout switch to Soldier, it's usually really good results, but it's kind of a mixed bag going the other way around. So I'm very much looking forward to see how he's going to perform there. And then we have Raze, who I've seen around a whole bunch, but I don't really have a good, clear idea of how good he is. So I'm going to be looking to try and see if I can figure that out as we go on here. And I don't know, are there anyone that you are particularly interested in seeing how they're going to perform here tonight, Wanda?
I mean, I'm kind of interested in seeing who's going to take the sniper role, because one thing that I'm kind of familiar with always kind of seems to happen in Australian TF2 is there's just one guy who's absolutely insane on sniper, starting with Sheep, and then Sam is also pretty crazy. And I'm wondering if there's any like hidden sniper god just like hiding. Isn't there a clip of Elmo just kind of owning Paulson like mid-air while falling himself on sniper on upward or something?
I think you're right. I was thinking of that as well. I knew immediately when you started talking what you were talking about. So I'm pretty sure that's a thing. So, if we're going off of like a simple pub / Highlander clip, I'd say Elmo is the best sniper in the world. So
Yep.
that works for me.
That's pretty good. I like that. This guy hit a single clip like 4 years ago, and now he's the best.
Yeah, that's how it works. But with that being said, we are live here with this first map. I think the maps are... Oh man, we're actually going to see Bagel and then process
Oh boy.
if we get that far. But neither of us has ever seen Bagel, so we're gonna take that when we get to it. But man, oh man, this first mid, take it away, Wanda.
Yes, we do see the red side's actually really far forwards already. Red Coat Zygote not really done anything quite yet. Both teams just kind of posturing. Does seem like Happy Feet, however, they're not really taking forwards quite yet. Down does try to rocket jump, but doesn't quite get anything, gets shot down immediately. That's Yule going down to a bomb from Fane as well. Now, Happy Feet, they're not really in position to do much. They're just getting completely run over by the Butterfly Effect. Butterfly Effect, as Lau's actually still in choke. Somehow managed to dodge and juke around, but that is Josh getting another kill. It's just Lau left alone. He's trying to walk out through the door,
he's not
and he's just
getting
gonna
out,
get shot down. Kill binds, and that's a really dominant mid. Yule's on Sniper.
Yeah, I kind of thought that maybe they were gonna be in a bit of trouble after Fane went down, but they just managed to move forward as a team really aggressively, and they just completely steamrolled everything. And it was very impressive to look at there. So they're going to have this full advantage. It looks like they're going to try and make their way in through bottom, perhaps, maybe. There's usually a sniper somewhere lurking around, and that's going to be Yule on sniper right now. He's going to try and see if he can get that opening pick, but they have no good luck. They're just Ubering straight in.
Yeah, Yule actually waiting around and spawn there for a little while. Either he's not finding his buttons, or he's hoping that he gets another pick, but that is a nice bomb. It gets 2 kills. Elmo's up on the heavy. There's only a soldier left, and there's just not enough health on this red side to get that point in time. Barely just managing to not cap
they
that
bombed
point.
they got bombed on the point really really heavily there. They kind of jumped a few too many people on it. They stacked it too much, and then a soldier just came out of spawn and just demolished them. And it would have been an even worse hold if the soldier didn't manage to kill Lau there at the very tail end of that. So as it is, these medics are kind of even in Ubers right now, unless one of them went crits. Looks like he didn't. So he's going to have a marginal Uber advantage here, Arnold. Probably not something that you can really push off of. But they might just do it because they don't have a sniper, which would be a pretty standard thing to go here. But we're getting the full defensive setup. We've got the sentry gun in the middle. We've got the medic on the right side with like a soldier. And then I'm not sure what the demo is going to set up, but we'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, the Uber's actually just going to come out immediately. Lau doesn't have Uber quite yet. He's only 70%. Ooh. There's so much space created by this red team. Butterfly Effect, they're doing so much work. There's nobody on the point here on the side of blue to defend anything, and that's a first round for the Butterfly Effect. That was really nice. Really quick heads-up play to get the first round. Good stuff. Yeah, marginal Uber advantage there being taken advantage of to the absolute fullest, that's for sure. They actually managed to get Lau with like 75% Uber, so they built really well and they just got in deep very quickly with it there. So very strong play. Gonna take the first round 1-0. Yeah, now we are onto the second mid-fight. Soldier spam is exchanged up top. Down hasn't really been able to do anything. Every single time he jumps up, he's just getting denied, but Aishu's actually walking across. Finds to go into Josh, but does get taken down as well. Now there's just no positioning on this blue side. Happy Feet aren't doing anything. Feigns in behind as well. Doesn't get that much damage, but I think it's enough to just force them back on this blue side. They're not really able to do anything. There's just one soldier up top, and I don't really think, I don't know, maybe not. Red Coat Zygo, he's just gonna walk forward. Everyone on the red team are dead?
This
Damn,
is basically the same mid as before, except opposite. It's the other team that managed to do it this time around. Looks like Spade's gonna just peek around there. I'm pretty sure Spade is Josh. Like the only guy I have on my friend list on either team. So I'm
Yeah, that's
pretty
probably
sure.
true.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. But yeah, they're not going to be able to contest second here, obviously. It's just going to be a matter of how they're going to try and defend this last. They're actually setting up a sneaky sentry there on the point, basically. Like in the little nook. So that's going to be hopefully something that doesn't get spotted out immediately for them. But there's going to be a full Uber advantage right now, ready to come in through this shutter door, it looks like.
Yeah, as motorcycle passes by, they're actually going to walk in on the right side. They haven't popped this immediately. That's a brass piece heavy, but it's an early kill onto Spade right now. Sentry's down as well, so now Red Coat Zygo is going to stick it across the point. There's just a scout on it. The heavy's not able to get there in time. Red Coat Zygo completely denies him. It's just a single scout point. That's a round right back for Happy Feet. Now it's 1-1. It's even. Struck back, and that was pretty good as well.
Yeah, these last pushes have been very impressive so far. They actually did a really good job of baiting the point better than what we saw initially from Butterfly Effect. Because they just sent like a single scout on it, basically. They had like two at some point, but they managed to juke it really well and not get completely blown up, and then they just had better Uber and positioning and managed to get some kills.
Get the kills indeed. This time, Down has found his way into the enemy kitchen. I think he has been spotted out, so he's just going to jump back up. It's early spam on the scouts. Nobody really willing to take the first move as Down actually finds a kill onto Spade. Now it gets a little bit more interesting. Everyone on the red team is just forced out into Saw, and I think they're just going to get forced back onto their second.
Down
Down's
is still
actually
behind.
all the way in behind them. He's so far back. In lobby already, sitting in lower. With the demo down on this red team, it's going to be so hard to really even hold second here. Red Coat Zygo, however, does jump in, gifts them his own life, and now Butterfly Effect, they could be able to hold this second, losing or getting the kill on the enemy demo.
Yeah, a bit too deep there, I feel like, from all of Happy Feet. They sent in the demo super far. Actually, a really nice jump in there from Feng, hit some very big rockets. I'm pretty sure that's just going to mean that everyone has to get out of there. Aishu not quite going to be able to find an escape. Maybe he doesn't want to get out. He kind of looks like he wants to take the fight, and now everyone else is just going to come in here to support him. And they actually managed to do so. Both soldiers get taken down. Very nice re-push right here. And this looks like it's going to be a second hole instead of just giving up mid. So great recognition there to see that they had a bit of a damage and man advantage. And they just managed to actually move on it and make it work. So Happy Feet look real bad in the first round, but they are back with a vengeance here in this game.
Yeah, that was really nice. They just managed to kill the players that kind of fed into them. Down doesn't really get to do anything in lower right now. She's going to back off, and it seems like we're in a reverse situation of where we were last round. It's just both teams, even Ubers, sitting around. One team's on second, other team's on last. This heavy on top of the truck with the brass piece is an interesting strategy. Don't know if I've seen it before, and I don't know if I like it yet. But, you know, it's coupled with the sentry.
The brass piece, I'm telling you. Every single time, I'm like, wait, why is he on brass piece? Like, dude, it's so good. It's the best. It does, like, reduce damage and does... Or, like, he takes reduced damage and he does extra damage. Like, it's so good. All Australians swear by it. It's so weird because we never see it in Europe. But actually, we have Down coming in here, trying to find the medic, but the sentry gun's going to take care of him pretty well. There is a level 2 up in the middle here. It is in danger of being spammed down here by Yule. If they're not correct. Shutting him down, but looks like they are going to do that. So, looks like we have a sniper going up on both teams right now, so get ready for the sniper duel. You know, we are in Australia, after all.
We are indeed, but, you know, I think you've casted with me enough times to sort of know my opinions on sniper. Like, in and out of last points, I really don't like it. So just not enough sightlines to really be able to realistically get anything, especially not in Snake Order. It does look like Kralik just decides that he doesn't play sniper either. Looks out onto seconds, doesn't see anyone. It's like, oh, okay, guess I'm gonna do something else. So now we're just back to where we were before, except Down's still sniping, but he's looking at walls and hoping that somebody walks into him. which usually when he is called is not going to happen. So it's just kind of.
Alright, I have a theory though of why Sniper is good into this Snake Water last, alright? Because, oh wow!
Because
Spade
that?
Yeah, wow, Spade just did went absolutely huge. This is going to create a ton of space. I'll talk about my Sniper theory later, as right now there's going to be a ton of pressure here. I think Spade is going to try and see if he can look it out. He spotted the medic, he actually hits him with a rocket. Actually hits him with 3 rockets, wow, from the lower. So that's the easiest Uber pop of this Scout's life. So this is going to be a completely even Uber trade. Soda's going to jump in right now. Fight is on. Medic goes down immediately. Lau is still up, however, able to pump out heals, and even though they have a man disadvantage, I think... Oh no, they're not going to be able to hold on to the second point. So, yeah, second point's going to fall, but at what cost?
Yeah, I mean, this gives Lau an opportunity to build up his Uber and get back in. Hopefully they can sort of take the second, and potentially their best case scenarios, they kind of go in on second with the Uber charge and kind of kill everyone, so they get to push last for free. More realistic scenario is probably the red team. They should probably just throw some players on Lau. Should get his Uber out so he doesn't have it fall last, giving their own team an Uber advantage. Or just like walk out. You can't really fight this if you are on the butterfly effect. It's really difficult to do anything. As right now, Feet they're moving into Saw here, trying to clear up a window, send in a bomb right now. They're actually going to walk through grass. Through a window. This is a really nice play actually, but it does look like butterfly effect just completely recognized this. Walk back into the last. They know they can't do anything. Uber still popped out. They're in onto last already, but the sentry's going to do so much work. Arnold, 97% right now. Uber gets popped off, and that's a heavy on the point. Gets Ubered, and I think this is curtains for this push. And Ubered heavy is so hard to deal with. We're trying to get the space that he is standing on. That's a botched push for Happy Feet. Good idea and concept, it didn't quite get there in the end.
Yeah, the map kind of fighting against them there. Snakewater is such a long map. It's so easy to actually kite the Uber. They can just retreat forever. And there's just such a long way in there that it's very difficult to make work. Redco's going to get rushed down by a Scout here. Actually, Scout completely whiffs everything there. Rocky not quite able to find it, but Down's going to jump in trying to get the medic, and he will not succeed in doing that. So I think that's going to be Happy Feet's call to actually go back. Actually, on last, there was a Scout. That was Elmo, who actually won a 1v1 fight and tried to cap last, but he didn't quite get there in time. Now he's going to try and fight a fully buffed Scout, and eventually he's just going to get shot in the back there by Fane, who rolled back out. And now surely Happy Feet are going to get out here, because otherwise this is going to happen. Just get completely mulched and sandwiched. And that is an overextension quite a bit there.
Arnold just barely lived that. There was a soldier like on his face. Misses the rocket. I believe that was Ewell that didn't quite hit the shot that he needed to get. He had Arnold dead to rights, and somehow Arnold just came back on top anyway. So now he's got a full Uber sitting here. They're going to walk into second. Elmo's actually on Sniper. He's going to try to find something, but I'm not really sure what he's potentially going to find. They should realize that it has been called. Posturing around Saw right now. Maybe they're going to walk through this window as well. It looks like it. Now onto grass. Medic hasn't popped yet. Elmo's still on the Sniper. This is getting pretty scary, but he finally backs off. A lot of spam to deal with, but there's still this Uber. They haven't popped it yet. They haven't been forced at all.
Yeah, they got a lot of
he's
space.
Almost going to have it. He's on 80% already. They're going to have to go right now if they want to get there.
This looks like a very similar situation with what we just saw, where I think it's too late to use this Uber, but they're going to try it. Let's see if they have better success here. They're going to jump in the demo man super aggressively. Uber pop comes out. The medic has linked up with a Scout, but not able to get out in time. That is the danger right here. Sword is going to jump into a heavy. Actually gets in deep enough to actually stand next to and breathe onto the medic, which is deadly in these times, but this is a computer game. It doesn't work right now.
Yeah, I mean, if this was real life, it might be a good idea in theory, sort of kill him in the long term, but unfortunately, it's not how Team Fortress 2 works. Can't get Corona through the video game.
Nope.
Luckily for us, which is why we're here right now, but it looks like Butterfly Flag, they just want to fight this on second right now. They're on grass, but this position's not very good for them. Krollik and Fade both go down, but that's Lau getting taken down by Bomb out of Spade and his demo man. So now they're 3 dead on this butterfly effect, but they did get the medic. Arnold just has to stay alive here, milk this advantage for as long as possible. Belgrove's just going to walk out of choke, and I think they're just going to set up, build this Uber charge. It's about 50% advantage for Arnold.
Yeah, I think they might just go in here off of these spawners. Like, they know they're not going to be heals on mid for at least a little while. But might just wait for Uber as well. But either way, they have this massive Uber advantage. They just played around their medic, made sure to protect him. He was more important than anything else. And they're going to come in here. They're going to kind of dot push it, if that's really a thing that applies to this. I would argue that it is. Like, they pushed in here before they got to Uber, but, you know, Happy Feet, they knew that the Uber was looming, so they're going to get the hell out of there. So, really nice push to the timing there. Actually, Devilman's going to jump in. Actually gets air shotted, so he's not going to quite get in quite as deep as he wanted to. That was just this sorter behind line down. Will not survive there, but he got kind of what he wanted. He denied and stuffed the Uber for quite a bit there. Second's going to fall, but they paid for it with an Uber exchange. But pushing out of Snake last with an Uber advantage is kind of tricky. It's very difficult to stop people from overwhelming your flank or going for a back cap or just coming in and taking a straight up fight out second and not having your Uber force there. So they might decide not to push on this because of just how difficult it is.
Yeah, and the immortal words of Marxist, the North American caster, if you have to pop Uber out of lobby, it's not going to be enough, and not going to last long enough for you to realistically be able to get second, have it be a good push. As you can see right now, Butterfly Effect kind of realizes they do lose a demo, but in the meantime, they get the Uber force, and now they're sitting nice solid, like 80% advantage, which is really, really good for them. They're just going to have to wait a little bit for their demo and their soldier for them to realistically be able to contest this that much, unless Happy Feet just kind of decide to walk into them, which almost looked like it was going to be the case. They're finally just setting back up on mid, have to push in, but we're probably just going to continue to see this ping pong of Uber. Happy Feet, they should realize that they are at a disadvantage. They're not really going to be able to contest it that much. Yule's going to try to go for a little bomb, get the force out, try to swing it in his favor, but it doesn't seem like this spam is going to be enough to realistically force Arnold.
Oh, Devilman's way in deep here right now. Redcoat actually gets a nice pipe onto the soldier and the scout as well. He's alright, so he actually did a ton of work right there by staying in. Now we have the Uber exchange right now. It's just going to be I2 trying to make everyone else flat as much as possible. We can see everyone else just waiting outside the fight, and yeah, everyone's just going to retreat out of here. So we're going to be kind of back to status quo right there, but I felt like Redcoat was just way overextending there because his team didn't have the Uber yet, but then he just hit all the pipes in the world, and it actually equalized the fight completely there. So good job, I guess. You know, it's not overextending if you just kill everyone.
Yeah, just don't miss, and you win everything. That's the secret. If you guys in chat are ever wondering, how do I get better at TF2? It's hit all your shots, don't take any damage yourself, and you'll be the best player in the server. Just don't miss, just don't die. You'll be the best player ever. Krolik's actually on Spy right now.
He's not on Deadringer, so it will run out. So he needs to be pretty quick about it.
He does. He is disguised as the scout, as Stabby recommends. Actually, he's gonna find kill onto Lau here already. That's not spotted at all. That's a nice kill onto Lau. Lau drops the Uber. Now there's 100% advantage for Butterfly Effect. This is going to be pretty good for them, but they're not willing to go quite yet. It seems they're actually being really slow with this. Perhaps not quite able to decide where they want to go. Waiting for Krolik, perhaps, before they want to really push this. I don't think this is a good play. They're giving Happy Feet so much time to set up on last. They could realistically just not give them. Down does try to go for something, but he gets forced out into lobby. They're being so slow and careful with this.
Yeah, and like Snakewater, we've said this a whole bunch. It is a long map. It takes a while just to run around. Like Gollywash, you could just go straight from mid into last, no problem. But Snakewater, you have to walk all the way through this long second point into last. But they are finally going to come in here, Uber in through bottom. Sendigon's still alive somehow. All right, there we go. Finally, Scout's going to try and see if he can get to the point. So now Uber's gone, and nobody has died from either team. And now it's just going to be this fight with a heavy involved, but it looks like they are going to take him down. Scout's going to be on the point here. Ton of time on it, but the Demo Man, he is still up. Actually goes down to dog roll. And there we go. Nice shots from him, and it actually works out, but that wasn't a pretty push, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that was that looked really bad for both teams at certain points. That heavy coming up towards the end there kind of looked like it spelled the end for the push out of Butterfly Effect, but luckily for them, didn't quite manage to find the frags. All of them were like 50 HP and below. So we're now on to the third mid fight. Redcoat's actually really aggressive there early on. Quite get any spam though. That's down, just getting absolutely, he's been clapped pretty much every single mid. Doesn't get to do anything at all. He's finally bombing across once again, but he finds a scout on top. so hard to deal with right now. Fane does go up as well. This high ground is not being held by anyone right now. Down just moves into the kitchen right now. This is really slow. They haven't moved forwards either side. Down does go down to Spade, but trade kill does come across. It's 2 players down. Happy Feet without soldiers now. This is going to get really difficult for them to hold at this point. Fane is actually in behind through Saw. Realizes he can't get anything. The Uber is popped out from both teams. Now Raze does get dropped by this Uber charge, and that's Krollik in onto the Demo Man. Redcoat Zyko gets picked out there because Lau had to flash. It's actually the Uber lasts way longer for the Butterfly effect. Sorry, looks like they're going to take the mid fight off of that kill onto Redcoat Zyko.
Happy Feet looked like they were ahead the entire time on that mid to me, but it was just such a passive mid, and then eventually one sorta went in a little bit too deep. He got killed, and it wasn't quite worth it, and then just a massive DM fight where people were getting dropped for Uber. So now we're going to be moving on to the second point here. Down almost dies there. He barely gets an arrow in time, and the rocket just whizzes past his ears. And actually we're going to see a sorta come in here, bombs onto the medic, just gets a perfect rocket on him. Lau, he was kind of a little bit hurt from spam going into that, and just one perfect rocket is all it takes. So the rest of the team just moved out there, and then Spade just found the perfect time and just come back in there, do a sack, and now it's going to be a full Venom Arnold. So really nice play there by, I don't want to call it a fake push because I'm pretty sure they meant to like properly push there, but they really good recognition of when was the tide was turning, and then they just send in a single soldier while the rest of them retreated.
Yeah, so now Butterfly Flag, they do have this ad off of Lau going down, so they're going to push into second. Nothing quite really meeting them for any real resistance. Elmo's on Sniper, of course, try to find something, but I think he's probably actually been spotted out already. Maybe Butterfly Effect are lucky, quite able to see, but they are pushing in too low right now. This is a really big advantage. They're going to have to get in onto this, but also Aishu has been able to set up in time. The sentry's actually going to get taken low, does finally gets taken down. Now they're in onto last, but Spade gets taken down early by Redcoat Zyko. There's not really enough health out of the red team to realistically do anything anymore. Raze is in, actually. He's just going to have to hit absolutely everything at this point if he wants to do something. That's a complete wipe. Botched push, not able to find the kills that they needed in time.
Well, they got one kill that they needed, which was the medic at the tail end of that. So they got that, but yeah, not quite able to get in there in time. Didn't put enough pressure on the point, didn't get enough kills before the Uber ended. So they were kind of just stuck in a DM fight in an unfavorable position, and then they lost that. But they're going to look like they're going to contest second here again. Sorta's in very deep here. Some nice dodging from Arnold, though. Going to delay his death for quite a bit. They're down, eventually does find his target. And now we just have Elmo, you know, the best sniper in the world, just looking for something just to shoot as well. But yeah, the push is definitely over. They're just all back on mid here. Lau is still alive, and they're going to be moving forward here. And sometimes actually a sniper can be pretty nice in these kind of push situations just because he clears sightlines really efficiently.
Especially if your enemy team is sort of locked into this idea that they cannot beat the sniper sight line, it's so hard to actually counter anything. Sitting on this balcony area right now is just covering the entire point, which is pretty much where you want to go if you want to be Butterfly Effect right now. Of course, they aren't able to defend it. Now they're walking into second here. This sniper is really good until they actually push into last, where you'd rather just have Elmo on scout. But right now it's still fine, you know, he's going to try to pick up something, but that's a sentry going up out of Raze. Actually looking to push into left side here. Just going to leave one player on the cap. I do believe it's actually a soldier on the pain train. Fane just go down really early. There's a sentry finally coming down, but that's Aishu on the point. Nobody really there to block it quite yet. Demo finally comes out. Dogro is going to do his best to try and keep Aishu alive. He's just juking, dancing around the point. Finally gets taken down, and that's an Uber coming out. Elmo's alive now. He's walking to drop down.
Oh, he needs to be a hero.
Looking for something really funny. I'm waiting for the funny man, and he's just not going to be funny. I'm not laughing.
Yeah, he thought he hadn't been spotted, but he had actually been spotted there. So yeah, that's kind of a good example of how the sniper's really good right until he isn't. You know, if he had just been a scout on that last push, that probably would have worked a lot better. He also did this thing where they pushed in onto last before second had been capped properly, so they couldn't put pressure on the point. And that's usually a big component of these last pushes with advantage. That you can just put pressure on the point and force people to run into you and then they die. But they couldn't do that, so they had to get all these kills, but people were just running away from them because they didn't need to defend anything on last yet. And it's very difficult, and they just barely didn't get enough kills there in time. And then we had the Brass Beast Heavy actually doing some work there. He took reduced damage, got 2 kills, And I don't know if he got saved if he would have died early if he hadn't had the damage resistance, but it kind of looked like it. But here comes the Uber in here, very aggressively. Doggles in the skybox, gets the Uber Force out, and actually makes his way out alive here as well. And look at how many people have actually gone down. As Elmo finds a nice kill here, but it is just a full-on trade war. No medics alive at all. Elmo's alive on sniper. Can he actually work it out? It's just a demo man against a sniper. That is a weird final survivor list of a fight right now. As Dogwell, he hits a bunch of rollers onto him. Oh my god, he hits down as well. Unbelievable.
This is a funky situation we've got going on. Dog roll's actually like 4 HP right now. There we go. Elmo gets the kill, wins the. I guess it's almost a 1v1, but that is. Yeah, they kind of had Dog roll dead to rights there. As they're actually just gonna walk back in here. They don't really care if the demo's dead, because they're just gonna pressure Redcoat Zyko, get a kill onto him. Now this fight looks so much more favorable. Elmo gets a kill onto Josh. Spade, rather. Prolic's actually gone down as well. That's Fade once again. Somehow managed to find 2 kills. Butterfly Effect were quite able to find the kills they needed to get. Started off really nice with that kill onto Redcoat Zygo, but it doesn't look like it was enough. Elmo kind of salvaging there with that kill on to the soldier.
He's just undying on that sniper. He just survived all those big fights, and where everyone else was just dying like flies. So now he's just going to be on this sniper, and we have a sniper duel right now. And I guess now is a good time to talk about my my sniper theory on this last. Unless they just decide to Uber in, because it kind of looked like they're posturing like they want to, but I'm pretty sure they won't. But my point is that you have a sniper, and usually what happens is that the medic, as a response to the sniper, he will hold close on right side. And as a result, a soldier can just jump over the wall. If you can just pressure the people away from the right side, you can just jump over the wall and just hit like the easiest rocket on the medic ever and get the force out. But right now the medic is playing on top of the sentry. It is very unusual.
Yeah, but that kind of makes sense as well. Jumping in a soldier is really good, but then the sentry has auto-aim, which is kind of aimbots, and you don't get to do anything as a soldier anymore. Also, once the medic sits on top of these dispensers on their energy buildings, they can eat the damage for him. It's a lot harder to realistically get onto Arnold right now. They do have... This is probably the point where there's 4 minutes left, and they are up around on this Butterfly Effect side. Dogwell's actually just beckoning his medic onto onto the enemy traps right now. That Redcoat Zygo is actually might get caught out here. Never mind. Ooh. Just Dogwell doesn't quite manage to get that kill. Now, blue team, they are going to walk forward. The Ubers popped out both teams, and this is kind of... I don't know what they're realistically expecting to get here at all. That's essentially going down, but Aishu just gets absolutely clapped by Fine. Flowers actually get shot up into the air. There we go. Spade comes back in with a follow-up. That's 3 kills.
Oh no, soldiers out of rockets. Oh, that was so sad. I think it was Josh there who was just out of rockets, so he couldn't defend his medic. Like, he was actually shooting ammo packs behind him to try and desperately get some ammo instead of shooting the scout, and the scout actually got the medic instead. So, bit of a tragic situation for him right there. That's going to mean that they're going to be unable to actually get out here and properly get second. They do cap it out, but it's going to fall immediately due to Arnold dying there, and that was... I mean, I guess he should have used his last rocket on the scout there, but I don't think he saw him coming. And then, like, I think someone else ate the ammo pack that he was trying to shoot towards himself. So, yeah, a bit of a fortune smiling upon happy feet right there. So they're going to actually come in with a big enough Uber advantage here that they can actually make it work. But Arnold, he's going to be very close to having it. So this is going to be very tight margins right now.
Yeah, they are in. The Uber's pumped out super early here, but Arnold hasn't gone down. This is actually really crucial. But that's so many bodies on the point, not quite able to get a kill. Arnold actually gone down to Elmo. Elmo hits a nice little rocket. That's a good pipe into other players as well. The HP on Butterfly Effect is so bad, but it's just you all in. Lau and Redcoat are just out of that fight. 19, 7, and like 20 HP towards the end. They're just barely not enough. All it took was Elmo getting 1 or 2 more shots off, and that would have been the round. That was really close, but they do have an advantage. Arnold did go down. That's a 70% advantage for Lau.
And 2 minutes to work with as well here, so they can do a push in. kind of fail it, and then they have time to build another Uber and come back in again. So yeah, they're looking okay here, I'd say, but they do need to make this work if they want to come back in this game and make it a tie and get us into Golden Cap.
Just popped in, but Kralik just does absolute work denying that soldier bombing in. But Aishu's actually on the point. There's so much cap, nobody's doing anything.
Wow.
They just forgot to stand on the point. It's 2-2 now. 1 minute 30 seconds left. So there is actually time for a round here. That was kind of unlucky.
Yeah, this is actually exactly the opposite of what we saw in the last game, where every single push, they were just cleaning up everyone and trying to kill them before putting time on the point, where this was just diving the point immediately. And yeah, it worked out. Both can work.
Down is once again gets completely denied. He tries to go across early. Red Code Zygote actually taken out by Doggerel here really early on, and that is just a signal. Happy Feet do not want to be anywhere near this mid fight. They're going to back up all the way back to lobby here. Probably just on to Lush. He's going to try and hold this. Losing your demo there, that calls the end. You don't want to risk it in that kind of situation. Normally, you probably would have fought it if there was a little bit more time left, but at this point, just not where you want to be. Actually, Butterfly Effect, they're actually so far forwards, but that's 2 kills in onto the blue side already. Doggerel's gone down as well. Fine is dead. Kralik and Arnold and Raze, the only players left alive on the Butterfly Effect, and right now, looks like they're just a little bit too aggressive with that push. Kralik's actually in onto last. That's completely shot down. There's no one left. It's just Arnold.
Yeah, I feel like they were feeling the time pinch a bit too much there. You know, they did have to hurry. Like, they only got like 1 push, but they weren't that pressed for time. They had like 30 seconds more than they acted like, I feel. So Down's gonna get air shot there. No, it doesn't really matter. Just the heavy staying alive throughout all of that and people jumping into the heavy meant that push just had 0 chance of actually working. There were just way too many people jumping in there in a situation where you had to exchange Uber anyway. So I feel like you should have just taken the Uber in the exchange, and then you could have bombed everyone else in a mad dash to just go in there and make the push work. But as it is, 2-2, we're going into Golden Cap. This has been a very close game. Anyway, we're lucky, I guess. Let's look at some logs.
Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I guess, before we find the logs, you should probably just fill everyone in, including myself, on how the Australian Golden Cap rules work.
I'm pretty sure they use the same rules as ETF 12. Yeah.
Epic.
Okay, so no time limit for us to get a point. I actually think they changed the ETF 12 rules to be 15 minutes.
Yeah, they did. I think it's like 10 minutes now, whoever has mid. The end of the 10
I'm pretty
wins.
sure it's 15, because otherwise it would you could just hold mid.
Oh.
Right, for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Whereas with 15
Maybe
minutes, you
it's
actually have to like move around and stuff. But yeah, I think this is just unlimited time. But either way, it probably won't get to that. These teams have been pretty quick. But the first team to cap will win. As we are already going right now, and these mids, they have been real exciting. They can go either way, it seems.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Down once again. He keeps going for these early bombs and just gets completely shut down every time. Either gets shot up into the skybox or just down onto his own side. This time he's actually being way more passive here. But Yul jumps up top, gets immediately shut down by Stickies from Doggerel. Now they're down a soldier on this blue side. I don't really think they'll be able to get anything. No, they realize it. No position on the point means that they won't be able to get anything. They're just going to back out, not willing to risk it here.
Very methodical mid from Butterfly Effect. They're going to send in a soldier here while they have the advantage. Actually gets up on the high ground and kind of makes some stuff. Second soldier comes in here, dies before he gets to Lao though. And now the Uber exchange comes in as well. So it wasn't really a suicide, it was like the start of an Uber. And it kind of works out because it's now in 4-on-3. Nice pipe there from Doggerel. Going to finish off Aishu. He's not going to be around there. And a nice shot from Yul as well onto Rocky. As they actually are going to make this work, even though they sent in those soldiers very early on. Usually when you send in soldiers aggressively like that, you cannot also do an Uber exchange, but they actually did a lot of damage and they took some time in dying. So it worked out somewhat. And oh, look at that, we've got another spy trying to make their mark. It's a good time to go spy, I feel like. He needs to not be spotted because he's actually disguised as an enemy right now, not as a friendly disguise. So he needs to be careful not to get spotted. But they're just waiting it out, I feel like. I feel like as a spy, he needs to get in as fast as possible. Otherwise, they're just gonna start wondering what the hell is going on.
Yeah, he is gonna maneuver forwards. There is that strat you're mentioning, use disguise as an enemy. You can do this really funny thing sometimes where you can disguise as a friendly sniper, pretend you're on sniper, and then walk in and backstab the medic, which is really funny. It doesn't happen too often, but right now, doesn't even matter if Spade isn't actually going to get anything. He does go for the stab, but just gets caught out. He's actually not going to go down. He's going to recloak. Gets taken down by Aishu. Was going to say that even if he doesn't go for a play quite yet, he does get all the information on how the last setup looks like. Doesn't seem to matter. Down's actually in, tries to go for a counter sack, gets completely shut down by Krolik.
I feel like Down got like an accidental surf there. Like he surfed in way too deep. Like, so he just kind of ended up on the ground with not enough rockets loaded. I think he just wanted to surf in there a bit and then just wait and then reload a rocket or two and then jump in onto the medic. But he just ended up being in way too early and it didn't quite work out there. But yeah, you do need to be quick with your counter sacks there. Otherwise, the enemy are just going to have a man advantage. But yeah, he got in there in time, at least, even though it didn't work out. So we got the full standard setup right now. Demo Man holding right side, Senjugun in the middle. Medic is not holding close, but they're actually going to try and see if they can spam out the Senjugun, but it does cover the drop down. It always has, like, actually, the Senjugun is placed a little bit on the right. I don't actually think it covers the drop down that well. So you could probably sneak in some guys there, but usually the big gaping hole in this defense is the shutter door. So you can walk in the shutter door without getting shot by the sentry gun, and then you can start some pressure from there. Maybe you try to spam out the sentry gun, maybe you just try to spam out the medic, maybe you just get some kills and work on it from that. But we have a big skip jump in here, Fane in the skybox, and alright, he was a bit weak there, so he just gets pistol down.
Yeah, that's soldiers traded once again. Down does go down. So, we delight in the alliteration that caused. Right now, still nothing really seems like it's gonna happen, honestly. Neither team really seems like they want to be the first ones to make the first move. Raise on the sniper. I do believe that Elmo has spotted him out. He is in spawn on spy, checking. Looking for off classes. Raze should have notified his team. Raze is on the sniper, and I do think we do see some adjustments to the hold immediately. Walking away from these sniper angles. Elmo's still in spawn. Does see that sniper right now. He realized that's been called.
Yeah, they're not holding
sniper
too
himself.
close on. Yeah, they're not holding that close on the right side, so maybe he's gonna have a chance to go in here as a sniper. But it looks like the shutter door might be open right now. No, I kind of wonder, like, if Lao's gonna keep holding where he is right now, because it's a bit of an unusual spot. It's kind of, you open yourself up to a sniper sideline if he comes in from the left side. So the standard place for a medic to hold is like close to the wall, which he needs to do because that would prove my sniper theory right, where a soldier just bombs in and forces him.
I feel like your soldier theory works as long as that sentry isn't there, because the second that sentry's there, bombing that medic is no longer an option, because the sentry just completely juggles you, and...
No, but it jogs you into the medic.
It juggles you into the medic, but have you ever bombed and, like, got shot by a sentry and actually not, like, been in a state of mind where you feel like you can shoot rockets? Because most of the time, when you kind of get denied like that, it just kind of feels like it's over. You don't really want to do anything. Don't have that much health, it's kind of hard. I don't know, I almost actually won the sniper duel. Got that kill onto Raze. He's now going to go for a little bit more aggressive play. That single play gets him, like, an opportunity to go for a deeper angle right now. Fane's actually gone down as well. There's Reko Zygo being pretty aggressive.
Maybe too aggressive. He's kind of caught in cheese right now.
Aishu's kind of walking forward with the what is this weapon called? The Widowmaker.
Down gets the force though, so that's really important. He actually survives. He actually survives, just period. I was going to say for a while, but no, he just survives. End of story. So now it's going to be an uber advantage here, and now this is the question. You're in golden cap. Time is winding down. Do you push out, or do you just wait for time to run out so you can get a new mid fight? Is that safer than pushing out of sneaky last within full uber advantage? Looks like they have decided it is better to actually push out with a full uber advantage. They've switched off of engineer. We've got 2 scouts that are just going to come out here and try and see if they can catch out some players. Dogwell's gonna get caught out. Demo Man doesn't get air shot. but he lands right next to a soldier. But they've actually gotten a lot of kills there. Only one guy died there on that whole push out. There was a demo man. Demo man is an important class, but great push out there. Arnold did survive, but holding second is a lot better than holding last. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it is. Arnold does have ad, but I don't think that they can realistically get the last off of this. I'm not sure that they should be able to. They are still on mid right now, but Lau's actually getting pretty close already. He's 70%. They're gonna have to go pretty quickly if they want to actually get this second. There is a very real world where Happy Feet just decide they want to hold this. They're still sitting in lobby right now. But Butterfly, in fact, they haven't been aggressive enough. That's allowed with 100% Uber. They're actually just gonna walk Redco into this. Scoutson as well. Ubers are popped up for both teams, but that's Yule going down. Raze gets that kill on the flank. Now Lau is actually caught out so far forward in this balcony area. Nobody else is really there to fight him. Raze does go down. That's down going down as well. Aishu gets taken out by Spade. And this is looking scary now for Happy Feet. It's just Redcoat and Lau. Lau is 50 HP. Yule does get the spawn, but right now they're just gonna have to hit absolutely everything. That's Redcoat, Zygote going down as well. Krolik's actually pretty low, but that looks like it's it. Yule goes down, gets absolutely crushed by Spade towards the end. Whew! Butterfly effect, they get the golden cap. I don't think they remembered to set the config, but oh yeah, that's kind of what happens. Take a fight, doesn't work out. Post Ubers, enemy team just has the better positioning.
Yeah, I really like how deep in Butterfly Effect went. Like, very often with these kind of Uber exchanges, people just kind of stand around and then the two Ubers run away from each other and nothing happens. But Butterfly Effect, they committed and they got a bunch of picks in the middle of that whole exchange. So we've actually got some combined logs. I'll share the link with you in a bit here because it was... Oh shit. Hold on. Give me some time.
That was pretty close. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting anything, but we are going into Bagel next, which is a map that I have absolutely zero opinions of. Do have some combined logs, however, we're going to take a look at this. We didn't actually have enough time to cover the logs earlier on. One thing that I am seeing immediately earlier on, one thing that I did see before the game started, was that Redcoat Zygo was going 2 for 1. Unfortunately, he just kind of ended up getting 0 kills in that golden cap, so he's no longer going 2 for 1. Got a 1.9 KD instead. Not that good DPM anymore. Was looking a lot better before that golden cap. Was very stalematey. Combined, you know, we're looking at this. Krolik kind of going 31 for 15 though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good indeed. Especially considering that there were like some stalemates and slowdowns in the game as well. So staying up high damage there as a scout is pretty good. He got the crucial medic pick as well. You can see if you just look at them, like the combined like damage and stuff, it's 102 kills to 100, like 41,000 damage to 42,000, charges 18 to 17. So, and the only difference there is that that Lau dropped once to a spy. So it is incredibly close. And the mid fights went in favor of Butterfly Effect, and they had like one medic drop, but it is a very close game right now, and it just feels like Butterfly Effect got a bit of a better beat there in some of those big team fights, but it's very marginal.
Yeah, coming into Bagel, I don't know that much about this map. It feels like it's a very, very, very scout-forward map. Sort of the mid-point area seems to work incredibly in their favor. There are some open areas, but they're also kind of close, so the soldiers can't actually do that much anyways. You kind of bomb in. But that's just when the scout is really good. It's when you force the enemy soldiers to bomb and just shoot them out in the air, and then they cry. Like I do every single time.
I remember this map being a lot better for soldier than Viaduct is.
Yeah, definitely. But that's not really saying a whole lot, is it?
Not really. Right, but the point is that it has like these 2 rooms on either side of the point where soldier is okay because it's kind of enclosed, and also you can't see people coming from in there all the time. So like you can actually get pretty close as a soldier and then like jump out through the side of that room and then into the skybox. So that means that you can initiate your bomb closer to the enemy team, which means that scout can just like pick you off out of the sky very easily every time before you can even get close. So in that way, it's a lot better for soldier than Viaduct is. And then also the middle point is very cramped. Like if you just run around as a scout on the floor down there, you tend to just get spammed out really easily by stickies and rockets. So you need to make sure that you're playing the high ground very diligently as scout on this map, which should be possible. Like I can see a bunch of different routes where you can get onto the midpoint and go from the side chambers, whatever we want to call those, onto the point as well, and onto those little slanted roofs. So, like, there's a lot of places where scouts can jump around on, but they need to do it and make sure that they don't get stuck on the floor, because once you're stuck on the floor, you're kind of screwed. And similarly with medics, you don't want to be near the point. Basically, if there's a wooden area on this midpoint, I'm pretty sure you don't want to stand on that as a medic ever. Like, just stay behind in the big open area where you can actually dodge around, or stay hidden inside one of the panic rooms, where hopefully your team can block the enemy team from actually getting onto you. But enough theory crafting. We are going live here onto the second map, Butterfly Effect. They won the first map in a very tight golden cap, but will Happy Feet be able to make their comeback? Time will tell. Let's go. Bagel first mid.
We are in already. Aisha's actually just sitting on the low ground right now. No real kills coming up quite yet. There's not really much aggression. Looks like we have swapped sides. Now I'm going to get even more confused. That's Happy Feet on the blue side. This time, they're actually looking like they're just going to take the mid. There's not much contesting actually coming out of Happy Feet. Did mean Butterfly Effect earlier. There we go. I'm already confused. It's okay, though. That is Spade gonna take a fight with the scout on the flank. Nothing's really gonna go down except for maybe Kralik. Actually, Elmo does get taken down.
Yeah, Elmo went in really deep there. Actually, that might just lose his team the fight there. He was basically alone. He was trying to take down the soldier, but he was just taking so much damage himself. Now we're gonna get the mid-fight part 2 as both was happening exchange right now, and Aichu's gonna run a bit too far forward. The medic was not with him there. He's just gonna get taken down by the enemy team. And oh my god, that's a big bomb in there from Josh. Takes down Lau. Medic down. Soldier's gonna come in here, try and see if they can get Arnold in exchange, but they're not quite. As Yor just comes out of the skybox, takes down Dogroll there. But yeah, point is gonna change hands very quickly in that mid fight. As the second round they changed it, and look at Lau. He actually spawned so early that Ubers are basically even.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you don't have control of the midpoint on these Koth maps, is the spawns are so quick. Means that Happy Feet are actually able to just get back on this, get the cap going. Down is sitting on a spot I didn't even recognize that you could stand on, but that's kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Does get shot back down, however, that spam can be sent towards him and completely deny him. So right now, he's gonna sit back. Can't really fight this, as don't have much positioning to try to get a kill onto Spade on the flank. They does come across and now finds in behind. But the point has come back across. It seems like they're just ping-ponging back and forth, not really able to hold the point for a long time. There's Arnold and his scout. They are going to go in, get this force coming across on both sides. Redcoat going to eat the brunt of that Uber. As Fine goes in, trade with Yule. That's Elmo going down to Raze as well on the flank. And now, it doesn't really look like Happy Feet are able to stay in any longer.
No, they're going to keep at least staying in the area though, and just trying to get this down. Actually dies. He falls and breaks his knees. Gonna have to go down here. Raze walks across the point and help with Josh, but Josh is so weak. Actually gets an arrow there just in time. So far Elmo has been very aggressive on these houses, where he will just keep trying to take fight with soldiers, because if you can take down someone in the flank, that means that you can go very aggressive and try and send a soldier in or a scout in behind. And so far Elmo has really been trying to push that very aggressively, but Fane's actually going to make his way in there. He actually doesn't go for the jump in. Instead the Uber exchange is just going to come out here. Well, I say exchange, Lau just gets forced, but they don't manage to track down Arnold. And so he's going to come in here with his Uber now, trying to get this Demo Man, but oh my god, actually Demo Man gets saved by a nice arrow, and now they're going to have to try and escape out here. Arnold surfs. Can he make it? Not quite. He tried his damn best there, but very crucially, Lau's going to survive all of that, and even Yul getting crawling down there. So Rocky gets punched by a pickaxe there. Going to go down, and Lau will now have a pretty significant Uber advantage going into this next period of the game.
Yeah, that was really nice. While that Uber did come out on the back end of the fight, everyone of the blue team just kind of ended up losing 1v1s individually. All kind of went down, starting with that demo Doggerel, went down pretty much at the beginning of the fight. made it so much harder for the rest of the team. Not enough damage coming across to realistically be able to do anything. That's Doggerel actually going back in, tries to get something. They do manage to find Lau, just barely finally gets him. That's a 4-man sack. Classic Koth sack, you know, you have time to do this. Except they don't even have the red team, they haven't kept the point yet.
Yeah, that was definitely just fuck this guy in a particular kind of push where they just went really laser focused onto Lau. And he did a lot of good surfing, but it didn't matter. There was just like 4 players barreling down on him. So Arnold is going to have this full Uber advantage. They're going to come in here. Looks like it's really difficult to do a forward hold of any kind. There's just so many big, large entrances that you're just never ever going to come in here. We see Elmo in the corner, going to make his best out of it. He gets the Uber Force out and gets the demo as well. What?
Oh,
what?
He's still alive. He's just dancing around Frolic. Almost goes down, but finally 3 kills come across. That's Josh and Fine combining, getting 3 kills. Yule is really low as well. So they're just gonna look back off, not really going to do anything at the moment. Don't think Lau does have advantage. Just gonna wait for their players. They're gonna walk back in, trying to find kills again. But really, like, it's so hard. It feels like anyway. This Uber get forced so easily, but actually so far forward.
Yeah, they've almost just done a big wrap around.
Finding the force quick enough. Fine does go down, but down gets killed by Raze. That's Josh going down as well on the flank. Do manage to find 2 kills, and Lau didn't pop.
That's really crucial that he didn't have to do that. It was kind of interesting how they just went in on the right side, and then the enemy team just kind of wrapped around, but they never ever got close to Lau even and put any pressure on. So now it's going to be just this mid-hold basically with a full Uber, and how do you get this out without using your Uber pools yourself? You kind of want to do an Uber exchange, and looks like it's just going to take in a single scout. Gets a bunch of flashing out here. Actually doing really well with that, so the Ubers basically equalized despite Blue popping earlier here. And now it's going to be this big DM fight. Yule goes down very weak, eventually gets taken down here, but Fane will find the same fate as well. The one walks across point, gets spammed out by the soldier, but Josh not quite going to be able to survive that, and now scouting super aggressively here. It's so weak right now. Doggerel needs an arrow, gets his arrow, but Crawley will find the pipe, and he's going to go down, and now they're going to have to push in here before time runs out.
Yeah, the overtime does come out. They're going to have to stand on this point, but that's fine. Actually gets a kill onto Redcoat Zygo. Really good for them. That's so much damage suddenly missing. They're just going to back off on Happy Feet. They're gonna wait for their demo. Come back up. Finally comes up. That's a soldier bombing across onto point, just trying to get Butterfly Effect a little bit off the points. Finally, the re-aggression is coming out right now, but that's Elmo going down.
If they Uber, are time going to run out? Yeah, they're trying to
run out
on
Uber. Both teams right now. It's just Lau running around. Actually, he tries to take the Uber off. They're going to have to cap this pretty much right now.
Yeah, it's just
their advantage. Yule's actually in onto the medic. That's so much damage, but nobody's quite dying. Doggerel finds 2, and that's pretty much everyone dead on Happy Feet. Not enough time to contest. Nice play from Doggerel towards the end there, getting those 2 kills. Getting the first round.
That whole Lau Uber was really sad because he kept having to take it off, otherwise the game would have ended immediately. They had to put time on the point, and they were Ubered on the point. So he was like switching to the Uber saw, getting some time on it, and then switching it back to make sure people didn't die. So it wasn't the best Uber ever, but it was kind of well played. But yeah, either way, Happy Feet, they're going to take this first round.
Yeah, this time around, Spams is being exchanged as well once again. Nothing really happening quite yet. Down is brought down to half HP, but I don't really think anything else should come of that. Second soldier is actually re-aggressing here into one side of these rooms here. I'm not even sure what you call them realistically. But it doesn't seem to match right now. Aish is actually getting shot down so low, nothing's happening. Uber now finally on both teams. Neither team wants to bomb in. It's actually really, like, not that favorable to go forwards here. Both the teams, they're not even popping yet. Finally, the Uber's popped onto Aishu. Frolic doesn't get the Uber. He actually runs away from his medic there. Down is taken down. Now, looks like Butterfly Effect is just going to get this. Yule goes down. Josh is on the flanker. He's actually getting a nice clean angle here. In onto... Oh, but no! He beefs the shot. Elmo goes down, but that is not what you want to see there. That was the easiest dash shot in the world, and he kind of beefed it.
Oh yeah, and then while all of that was happening, Elmo was similarly on a mission behind lines, but he hadn't spotted, so people just turned around and shot him as soon as he went in onto the medic. They're going to come forward now with this exchange. It's even Ubers. It actually get the point, cap it out. It actually captures really quickly at this point. I've sort of noticed. Look at just how quickly that moves. So you need to be very diligent in order to actually hold on to it. Ubers, as I said, are even. Scout's going to come on here. The single scout is just blocking it as it seems right now. And there we go. Jumped off the point for a second and it immediately gets capped out. So blue, they're going to have this. It's an Uber exchange, and it's very important for blue that they don't lose a bunch of players because they have the spawn disadvantage due to holding the point here. So now red, they're going to come in here. They want to take this fight, but Raze ticks down, and he's going to immediately just make the difference here. So everyone else just cannot make it away. Insane. Oh no, Yule actually barely surviving for a while.
Elmo, please hit. No? Okay.
Ooh.
Walks onto the medic. He gets like 5 shots off onto Arnold. Doesn't get him. That is really unlucky.
I can relate. It's so hard to hit medics, I swear. But you know, they do have the spawn advantage right now, so they're going to just continue to just lemmings onto the point. And actually, yeah, they just cap it out immediately. So looks like Happy Feet, they were just not willing to just commit to actually take the and block the point. But Raze is going to come in here from behind. Actually misses the easy soldier frag, gets hit by a rocket instead. And now, instead, it's just going to be Happy Feet moving across this point. Man, holding onto this point seems really difficult. Yule is up on the high ground right now, but eventually he's just going to get spammed away by the demo man. Uber has been popped here from Arnold. Lau's just holding on to his for quite a while. There's a scout in very deep. Actually survived, so he's going to get chased by 2 scouts, which means that no one else can chase Arnold and he's getting down. But hey, you know, they're upper player. That's something.
Yeah, but it does seem like Happy Feet are a little bit apprehensive about getting this point. Actually, never mind. They're just going to get it anyway. Leave Aishu out to dry. He's going to... Like, he just has such a delayed spawn there. They lose a couple players as well, and that is... They're just going to lose a point once again immediately.
Yeah, they went off the point there to just get the dog roll, his good spawn. Nice little keen observation there. He probably would have had like 5 seconds added to his respawn there if they had just capped it out right. But good play. Still even Ubers. Looks like they're going to try and push in here on the right side where Feint is holding, but Feint currently not being pressured very hard. Finally he's going to get rushed down by a scout, but hits a nice rocket here. You're going to come in here to follow up, and while all that is happening, the rest of them just pushed everyone off the point. Man, holding this point seems like it's very difficult.
Yeah, it really does seem like it when you're holding it. You have such an unfavorable position. So hard. That's actually Spade getting taken down, so it looks like they might be able to hold this for more than 5 seconds right now. But that's a soldier. They're forced to be aggressive, and the enemy demo could just completely capitalize off of it. So hard, because it's so easy. You're so clumped up when you're holding that area right there. Not really anything that you can do. The demo just spam stickies on you. Just kind of take damage. Very much on a timer right now. That's Yule actually bombing forward, trying to get something, but raises 3 HP. Wants to deny, can't do anything. Redcoat Zygo is just going to walk out of there alive. Just barely. Krollik actually manages to find Yule in spite of him getting a really nice rocket. Raze gets Aishu as well. 2 players down for Happy Feet, and it looks like Butterfly Fleck is just going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, Lau's pretty far forward right now. I think they're feeling kind of apprehensive. This is the closest thing to a forward hold that we've seen so far. And see, Arnold has actually crossed the middle, and he's into the big plane here on their own side of the enemy side of the point. But immediately, as soon as it gets broken just a little bit, they're just out of there. So we get the big soldier double bomb in here. Goes on to Arnold. Actually, Arnold with the nice surf actually survives forever. Really great job by him, but everyone else on his team is dead. And the point once again changes hands. And it just seems like holding onto this point is so difficult. I don't know how many times the point has changed hands, but I feel like this has never happened as many times on Viaduct ever. Like, it just continuously keeps changing hands.
But on Viaduct, there are these positions you can just sort of kind of sit back, but still hold on to the point, where here, it's a lot more difficult. That's dog roll going down to stickies from Redcoat almost immediately. Bizarre popped out for both teams. Dog roll going down there, that means there's so much damage on the blue team that's just not available. Soldiers are coming across, that Spade going down, but Yule doesn't actually do that much. Down does get raised, and Krollik's going to go down as well. This means now the Elmo's actually just going to walk forwards right now. He's in onto Arnold, but dog roll hits 2 nice pipes onto Elmo, completely shuts him down. That was almost really scary. Luckily for Arnold, his demo is there to save the day.
Yeah, those pipes were really important. You know, pipes, they're really an all or nothing thing sometimes. You know, just if he hits one or none of those pipes, that's a dead medic. But as it is, we're going to have another fight here for this middle. Yule's gone down, and once again, this point is almost certainly going to change hands. And there we go. 22 seconds remaining on one side and 10 seconds on the other. Lau's about to have his Uber. He has a slight Uber advantage here, but they need to come in here quick. And it looks like, yeah, Arnold knows. He is in so far back here. So just going to cut and jump in here and try to slow things down. The Uber has actually been forced. Arnold not quite having it yet, but he could just milk it anyway. Didn't need to use it before he actually did. And it's 0 time on the point, but a lot of time on. Oh my god, down. Hits fade. He just progress off of him midair. That was crazy. Lau's the only one alive though. They are going to get a second respawn around here. Look how fast. Oh, it's actually decapping really quickly here. So Elmo and Yul, they just need to get their going on here. But that was sick from Fade.
Yeah, I don't think this is it. It's not going to... That was actually really close. I thought it would be way less close there. They just didn't have enough time to get on the point.
Yeah, 2-0 for Happy Feet. They lost the first map. They really need this. I assume it's first to 3.
Did they lose the first map? Pretty sure they won.
No, Butterfly Fake won. Didn't they?
Oh yeah, that's kind of true. I'm getting the names mixed up. I'm sorry.
Alright, okay.
I'm trolling a little bit.
It keeps me on our toes. You know, we're both still a little bit groggy and tired, I guess. But yeah, another mid fight. Neither team really able to get too much ground right now. Down goes down very weak here, and now Soldier's actually going to come in to take down Josh Yule with the double kill here. That could really open things up for his team. But as it is, Fane's actually going to come in there and take down Lau. So one team loses their medic. Well, they both lose their medic, but one team has 4 alive and the other one has a lot more. They were actually trying to do the cap thing, but it doesn't work like that. I'm pretty sure both teams have slow respawns to begin with, and then once the point caps, one team gets short respawns there. So there's no point in not capping immediately.
I feel like it's important to point out that even though this is a 2-0, both rounds have been extremely close so far, so it feels like it definitely can swing the other way for Happy Feet. They just get a little bit more sort of like time on the point. I think right now one of the main defining factors is that Arnold hasn't gone down as much as Lau has. Feels like Butterfly Flag has been able to find Lau a little bit more effectively than Happy Feet have been able to get onto Arnold, and it's just because of that, having those extra heals seems really important here. Finally, actually, some sort of a forward hold is coming across his dog roll. Kind of taking it. This is pretty... I didn't realize you could do this, but it seems to be working fairly well. It's actually fine. Finally, the soldiers come across, and I think this is going to be the end of that forward hold. That's a Uber forced out by Spade. Now Arnold, he's sitting on 100%. Fine and Dog will both get taken down, but doesn't really matter. They get the force.
Yeah, they got pretty much what they wanted there. They got the Uber force out. Didn't lose their medic. I think they were ready to take the exchange, but you know, if life gives you an Uber force, you just take that. You just make that work. That's completely fine. So now they're going to have this Uber advantage. See, Yule, he's playing far forward. You can see he wants to get the Uber force out. Actually just get the by Fane there. He tried to jump either away or somewhere else, but they just immediately got slammed into the ground. Elmo, again, has made his way in behind lines, gets the Uber force out. Along with the soldier, the demo man is also in super deep. He probably just needs to die immediately here. Yeah, there we go. Dying is completely fine as long as it allows safe and sound in spawn, which he is. So immediately, teams are just doing a very good job of actually forcing out the enemy Ubers and getting that out of the way. So now we're gonna have an Uber advantage here coming in here to this middle. And so far we've seen Arnold hold very far back, and I don't think he's gonna change that.
Yeah, I mean, so far the soldiers actually in onto Lau doesn't get the force. He's 73, but that looks like Arnold just says, okay, we're backing up here, not going forwards, we're not going to try to contest this. That's an Uber charge, but that does mean the Ubers are forced. They're banking on this counter trade here. Just the trade, not counter. There's nothing counter about trading an Uber.
No.
But, you know, they're just going to sit back. They're going to wait for Arnold to get 90, 100% even, hopefully. But that's actually a really nice rocket onto Arnold there. Heads in onto Yule, but no. There's actually so much space here. Arnold gets forced pretty much immediately. Right now, probably just going to walk across with this Uber. That's on 1 kill onto Elmo. Nothing else quite yet. Raze does get down. Josh goes down in the meantime from Aishu. That's pretty much the only kill that they've managed to find. Finally goes down, but Raze is just dancing on top of them right now. He's in behind. Krolix has gone down, so is Dogroll.
Yeah, Ice is just feasting right now. He's just doing so much work. And Lau, he just held on to that Uber forever. It was pretty much inevitable that he would eventually get forced. He could have played it very passive, but instead he just went like, nah, just going to defend my team. And actually, they get Josh here very easily. As they just converge on them, and Arnold gets put into the skybox basically. As down was even further up than him. The dog roll, he's very weak as well. So this point recap is not looking good. You know, pushing out and losing a medic like that's a really big deal. And you were talking about how Arnold was dying less. Well, it looks like they've kind of redoubled a little bit and focused him harder. So this is actually looking really good for them so far. It's a 0 on the point. They need to get this cap time on, and they might just get it, but they are being contested very hard. Lau's on 90%, so he doesn't want to contest too far. And looks like they're going to move forward here now. Oh my god, he almost died with 99%. Okay, he's just going to pop it now. Here comes can Arnold stay alive? Actually, people just cratering in front of him, just dying in front of his eyes. Arnold, he's going to be fighting a scalp, but it is too late. We are equalizing at least a little bit here. 2-1, still in favor of Happy Feet, but Butterfly Effect, they're not going to take this line down. You know, it looks like they were just making things work out pretty well there. That was the least close round we've had so far. And Butterfly Effect, they might be in it again.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, honestly, that was way cleaner coming up Happy Feet there. Actually managing to kind of hold the point for a really long time. Butterfly Effect weren't quite able to get the kills that they needed to get in order to sort of contest it properly. Arnold goes down a lot of the time there, which is so scary. That's actually Crowley going down pretty much immediately on the start of the mid-fight. Sticky traps by Redcoat. That's Yule so far in onto Arnold. Doesn't get a kill, but Arnold's still just getting spammed out. Nobody's really able to contest Redcoat. So they're finally moving back in. It looks like now they've found a kill onto down. Both soldiers are dead for Happy Feet, so they're just going to sit back, relax, take a little bit of a breather. His fame does go down to Elmo right now. So both scouts not really in position to do that much work, denying the point. That's Uber coming out. Arnold hasn't been forced. Redcoat is just going to walk back out here. But that is Lau. He's so low. Gets chased by everyone on the enemy team. Aishu is actually really low as well. Raze and Josh come in. Get 2 kills. But Yule goes down. But Lau doesn't. Somehow makes it out there. Oh no, never mind. Josh just like chases him all the way behind. That is it. Elmo doesn't get the kill onto Arnold. That he goes down so late in that fight.
Yeah, that's
that
tragic.
That is so important. Redcoat. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, that's really tragic. Soldier's going to come in here. He's actually behind lines. I think he's been spotted. Yeah, Doc. Not going to make sure that happens. So okay, this is kind of awkward, the Uber percentages. Do you go for an Uber exchange, or not Uber exchange, or go for an Uber force, or do you just go straight in here? Arnold's going to do a nice serve. He was actually holding really far forward here. Looks like Elmo and the entire crew going to try and come in here, but look at that. Arnold goes down very weak, but crucially he does not die, so at this point I think you just have to change gears and actually go for the actual push right now.
Yeah, but as we are saying, like, they do have even Ubers, pretty much. Arnold gets the Uber now, and Lau is going to get it in about 3 or 4 seconds. They are just walking forwards right now. They are taking time. It's getting on a point. They're getting the cap already, but that's Krollik in on the flank. He's in onto Redcoat. Doesn't quite manage to find any shots whatsoever. Everyone on the blue team go down. Arnold drops to something I wasn't looking at. That's Dogwell going down as well.
Oh, but then Lau does the same.
He drops as well. Both teams just decided that they don't really want to play the game.
That is tragic. Both soldiers just coming in there, getting some nice rockets, kind of synced up, kind of blindly around corners. You know, the medic couldn't properly see anything. And that's going to just completely change the landscape of this match in a very short amount of time. So now Happy Feet, they're going to move in here, take everything onto the point. They have all the spawners that they need. Now I think this could be a suicide wave. This could also just be a push. We'll see how they decide to play this. They seem to favor the suicide wave quite a bit, but you have to be careful because people can sneak in behind lines and take down Lau. Lau actually takes a bunch of spam here, but these soldiers, they are already in the skybox trying to make the best of this, just jumping all around the place. And yeah, this looks like it's just going to be a proper push, not a suicide wave.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it. Like, it is on their imperative to sort of go in right now. Raze and Fine do get taken down by Elmo. But it looks like right now, that's actually Yule. He gets a really early force. The counter Uber finally comes out of Lau. Rekko Zygo and Aishu just on this point right now. It's just Frolic. He's dancing around the top of the point. It's actually onto Lau right now. So just bombing in, but that's a really nice little surf there out of Lau. Dodges absolutely everything. That is some nice little movement. Rocky isn't quite able to find the kills he needs to find. Aishu and Elmo right now are just going to walk back onto the point. They've managed to deter that. But it's only 40 seconds for the other team. They're going to have to hold it, and they're going to have to hold it for a while now.
It's gonna be very difficult for him to actually do this. Yeah, there we go. Point immediately gets capped out here. Aishu was doing his best to block it, but Soda's gonna come in. I was not happy. But alright. Ubers are almost even here. Lau has a tiny advantage, but they're just trying to edge it right now. Like right before Happy Feet, they kind of managed to win on the flank, and they managed to just ride that into a point cap. And it looks like they don't need to win the flank right here. Again, they just cap out the point. And they need to be very careful here because time is really running out. It's 14 seconds once it goes in there. But Uber actually gets exchanged. Otto is on 99%. There we go. Eventually pops it out. Can the medic and the demo man make it out? They're running their best. Lau has grabbed the scout, and yeah, they will make it out. And Arnold's in so deep.
Oh, no. This is looking scary for him. He's just dancing around, trying to not get piped. But Fine gets that kill onto Lau as well. It's getting the point capped. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds, but it's not enough. There's 10 seconds left on this point right now, and everyone on Happy Feet, I'm pretty sure, went down, including Lau. They're gonna have to book it to the midpoint right now. It's actually Yor gets a kill onto the point already. Onto Doggerel. That's a demo down. It's actually a really important pick here. They should be able to hold this for a little bit longer right now. Down one soldier, and it looks like Butterfly Factory's just gonna kind of edge this out right now. They don't need to go for anything major quite yet. They do have a pick advantage. Ray's just sitting behind the point. Down goes forward, just gets completely shut down. Kralik does go down, but so does Elmo, and now it's looking really
they need to block it.
If
this point gets capped, it's just over.
Happy Feet. They're so close to capping it. Nobody's really doing anything. There we go. 3-1 for Butterfly Effect. Taking 2 maps, actually.
Yeah, we don't get to see process, but man, this was a lot of action. It feels like the point just constantly changes sides. And it's just very difficult to hold compared to what we're used to on the Viaduct. So, yeah, nice change of pace if you ask me. I'm definitely happy that we did this, but yeah, Butterfly Effect, they're gonna make it through. Really nice job by them, winning the first map 3-2, and then the second one 3-1. So, but Happy Feet, they put off quite a fight, and this is where it's a bit unfortunate that we don't know what we're talking about, because are the loser just out, or do they have a lower bracket or an upper bracket, or is it just knockout? I don't know, Cord. Can you confirm or deny things for us? Okay, so maybe there's a lower bracket. So
Maybe.
none of us really know. All right. Does it say on the website? Oh well, let's look at some logs. Why think about strategical things and consequences where we can just look at some logs and see who got the big numbers? That's we definitely have a kill leader in here, which is good old Rocky. Not just good on soldier, also good on scout. Just absolutely tearing it up. We're going 29 and 14, 366 damage per minute. And Aishu also doing really well, going 27 for 9. So, you know, it is a cough map, scouts well, but we do see some demo men and some soldiers also having quite the impact. So it seems like a more even map in terms of class distribution and their impact than Viaduct.
But I do also think consequentially, because it's sort of more even for all the classes, the way that map is set up, it just felt like it was just a mid-fight over and over and over again. Like it was like a 6-minute mid-fight just the entire time, you know? It was like a mid-fight that never ended. It's really intense to play. Like it must be like, I don't know, like even I am kind of tired after watching that game. It must be absolutely exhausting for the team. It kind of feels like it doesn't stop. Like even Viaduct has its breaks sometimes. Here it's just kind of go, go, go. Pretty much the whole time. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you like DM servers? I guess that's what it's going to boil down to. Because if you do, you'll probably like this a whole bunch. But yeah, just very... Not quite as close as the first map, but again, pretty close, I'd overall say. So congratulations to the Butterfly Effect. They're going to be meeting Nog in either the grand final or the upper bracket final. Either
they're gonna, yes.
And
they're gonna meet them in the lower grand final, or in the lower final. Then they're gonna go. The winner of that match is gonna go to the grand final. to face off against Butterfly Effect.
All right, okay. And I actually saw Nog. I'm pretty sure I saw them in the logs play against Butterfly Effect on Snakewater, and they tied 3-3. So looks like it's going to be a close match. I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's really cool how evenly matched this Australian playoffs has been. It's very fun.
Yeah.
All right, I agree. I don't know if we're going to get in interviewers. We're kind of in a different mumble than normal, so maybe they can't find it. All right, no interviews. We're not going to worry about it. We snuck into our normal mumble just so we casters could have some low latency because it is the Danish takeover. So it wouldn't make sense to be in an Australian mumble where we both have like 150 ping. We just keep cutting each other off by accident. When I cut you off, I want it to be on purpose.
Yep. Zero ping caster cutoffs is definitely important to sort of get the game going. Got to get the flow.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think this should be it for us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So just want to say thank you guys for watching, and we're making the best of our quarantine here in Denmark by getting to cast some Australian TF2. So thanks for having us for sure. It's been really fun. Hopefully we can get back and do some more. And other than that, just big congratulations to Butterfly Effect. We will keep you posted on when they're going to be playing Nog, or Not All Gamers, I think. That's what that stands for. But yeah, from me, Wonderman Core, thank you guys for watching so much. Have a good night, have a good day. I don't know where in the world you are, but I hope you enjoy the rest of whatever time you have awake. So see you then. Good night, goodbye.